presented by Centron, a division of Nickeltron, formerly Dimetron of Quartertron.
Halloween safety. Rule 1, avoid costumes made by Silver Shamrock Novelties.
I hear you've been a naughty boy, Clement.
Meanwhile, at a black void in the suburbs.
There's one magical, haunted evening each year when all the scary creatures come out to prowl through every neighborhood.
Yes, Devil's Night comes to Akron, Ohio.
But here's the scariest monster of all.
Susan Boyle?
Do you know why? This little witch doesn't know it, but she's taking some frightening chances of being hurt. Maybe badly hurt. Her costume is very, very dangerous.
And Jejune.
Can you see the things that make it dangerous? What about that mask? She can hardly see through those tiny holes for her eyes. If you were wearing that mask, here's what it would be like.
Okay, huddle up in the middle here, video. I've already referenced the Halloween franchise once.
Oh my God,
Look at
that. That car looks just like the one Michael Myers drives.
Do not test me. I'll turn this video right around and we'll go home.
He'll do it too.
Ow, that hurts.
Yeah, especially when you land on peanut shells.
A tumble on hard pavement. Bet it would be even worse to sprawl out on the street in front of a car coming.
Don't knock it till you try it, sister.
Now let's imagine that we're in that car.
Okay.
Can you see her clearly? Why not?
Because you're shooting at night on 70s film stock with almost no exposure.
As the driver of a car or truck, you might not see her until it's too late. And that's really scary.
She's a witch, so it's fine.
Before we think about some ways that the little witch could see and be seen better, let's take another look at her costume. Whoops.
Oh.
Down she goes again. It seems as if she's collecting more bumps and bruises than candy tonight.
But her father's an angry drunk, so it's really not that different.
And by helping her, maybe you can learn some things that will help you stay safe at Halloween. First, we need to turn back the clock.
And never have children in the first place.
One of the problems with this costume is that it's too long.
And Jejune.
It's too easy to trip over a long, full skirt.
Tell me about it, Daddy. And in these heels?
So we can shorten the skirt. You should always shorten any skirt.
Meow. Oh, sorry, you filming? Good. Fuck you, I'm a cat.
Now, the broom. That's a clumsy thing to carry.
Yeah.
And it's something that you're likely to trip over in the dark.
Yeah.
It's usually easy.
Actual footage of the lazy writers sawing logs.
Yeah, good idea, kid. Make your costume safer and get out the saw. Safety first.
Cardboard brooms and swords are usually safer than wooden ones. But it's safest not to carry anything like that in the first place.
Dainty Pinky.
Now, what else might we change on this costume to make it safer?
Giant foam pads.
What about that color? Remember how hard it was to see the little witch because of her dark costume on a dark night?
I mean, it was so long ago.
We should always wear light, bright colors on the street at night so drivers can see us. What about this color?
Or lack thereof.
A white costume makes an unusual, different kind of witch, who's more likely to be safe on Halloween night.
And leave a burning cross on your lawn.
A good way to make any costume easier to see at night is to decorate it with reflective tape or reflective patches.
To get that authentic witch look.
Some costumes come with reflective material already attached to the cloth.
And by costumes, I mean security guard uniforms.
Here's what it looks like to a car driver.
In shades.
It's easy to see, even on the darkest night.
Unless, of course, it's raining.
And while you're putting reflective tape on the costume, you should also add some of it to the bag or container you'll use to carry home your candy.
Ah!
Special Halloween.
What's the matter? You scared of clowns?
No. Bags with reflective tape.
And it's a good
Ugh.
idea to write your name, address, and phone number on the sack.
It's weird.
Just in case there is an accident. Now, how about the mask?
The movie or the comic book?
Problem with it? Do you remember how hard it was to see out through those little eye holes?
No.
To be safe at night, you have to be able to see clearly, as well as be seen.
True.
We can improve the mask by cutting larger holes to look out of.
Or by cutting Jim Carrey out of it completely.
Man, I bet the inside of that thing smells just the best.
There, that's better. But there is an even safer way.
It's called saving your allowance and buying your own candy.
You can simply not wear a mask.
Unless you're Rocky Dennis.
Oh, you think you need a mask to disguise yourself? Well, there's much that you can do. With a little help from your parents and some scraps of cloth or old clothes from around home.
Hey, it's Lou Costello.
An eyebrow pencil, different colors of eyeshadow, rouge, lipstick, an old mop or wig,
Or Raggedy Ann's scalp.
some waxed teeth,
Or even Grandma's teeth.
maybe some clay and food coloring.
Or shoe polish.
Manx!
What?
Not cool, man.
You'd be surprised what you can turn yourself into.
And without the aid of gender reassignment surgery.
Ah! Oh, sorry, I thought it was another bag with reflective tape again. Sorry.
Whether you buy a costume or design your own, be sure that it's made of flame-retardant material.
Don't say retardant.
That means material that won't catch on fire easily.
Or be able to digest the pennies it eats.
Well, Ford claims he's going to cut inflation, but it was up to 12.2% a year when he took office, so I don't understand why...
Now our little witch has turned into a beautiful princess, and her new costume is much safer.
Morely safer.
But there are a few other things you should do before going out. First, eat a big dinner. If you go trick-or-treating while you're hungry, you'll be tempted to sample some of your treats while you're out, and that's definitely not a good idea.
It's best to hit the streets bloated and gassy.
Keep an eye on the clock. In many places, the police set the hours that you should trick-or-treat. Trick-or-treat only within those times. Neighbors should be ready with treats for you, and drivers should be more careful to watch for you during those hours.
So be sure and tell them that.
Yeah, let them know. They're grown-ups. They're not gonna watch this.
Make sure you carry a flashlight when you go.
How is a sex
light
toy
will
gonna
not
keep
only
you
help
safe
you
from
see where you're
trick-or-treating?
They said
But it will also make it
flashlight.
easier for others,
Oh.
including drivers, to see you.
So study hard and be a good student, or else those same rules will have to apply to your future job as a streetwalker.
And your uniform is nothing but reflective tape.
Always travel with a group, not alone. It's safer still to have a parent along to keep an eye on things. And of course, you should always walk. Riding a bicycle at night is always dangerous, but it's even more dangerous to try to ride in a costume at night.
They did it in E.T.
As you go from house to house, stay on the sidewalks as much as possible.
Get off my lawn, Tilda Swinton!
If you have to walk in an area where there are no sidewalks, walk as far off the roadway as possible and face the traffic. That way you can see what's coming and get out of the way if you have
They
to.
made a film about this?
Cross streets only at brightly lighted corners, not in the middle of the block, and never between two parked cars.
But 3 is fine.
When you start across the street, cross quickly, but don't run. And don't stop in the middle of the street for any reason.
Music's weird.
Stay in your own neighborhood when you're trick-or-treating. Your neighbors are probably hoping to see you in costume on Halloween.
Sure.
And it's safest to visit people you know.
Dude, this music is kicking my ass right now.
If you don't know the people very well, don't go into their homes. Most people enjoy having trick-or-treaters come to their doors. But there are a few people who will do things to hurt kids.
Okay, 1 razor blade for you, some cyanide for you, Billy.
They might put sharp or hard objects in candy and apples. Or they might put something on fruit or gum that could make you sick if you eat it.
Or they might just give you an 8-track tape of this soundtrack.
To be completely safe,
Wear a condom.
save your treats until you get home. Then ask your parents to help you check them carefully to make sure that there's nothing in them or on them that could hurt you. The safest treats are usually candy or gum that come in their own wrappers from the factory.
So said Confucius.
Fruit should be washed before you eat it.
And feel free to bite in with your plastic teeth.
And all candy bars and fruit should be sliced so you can be certain that there is nothing hard or sharp inside that could hurt you.
Oh dear, I've cut the dickens out of my finger, well.
If you're not sure whether something is safe or not, don't take any chances.
Whoa.
Throw it away.
Unless that baggie had weed in it.
But let's get back to the fun part of Halloween with the princess and her friends.
Hey guys. You want to bump the needle? The record's stuck.
There we go.
That wasn't an improvement.
Almost everyone enjoys a good joke or riddle.
What's your trick?
What you guys eat for breakfast?
What? Ghost toasters. What's a wiener when you take out its inside?
What?
I'm getting some serious flashbacks to some truly terrible open mics.
Where?
In a blood bank.
Here, have some candy.
Because you're a hack.
However, some practical jokes and pranks aren't so funny.
Some are hilarious.
If you should break something, it wouldn't be very funny to the owners or to your parents, who might have to pay for it.
In blood.
So keep your jokes funny and harmless.
Make up your mind, sugar tits.
Yeah, this video was narrated by every comedy agent I've ever met.
Tonight has been a magical night. We saw a scary monster changed into a beautiful, happy, and safe little princess. How about you?
I'm a princess.
Will you follow the lead of the little princess and have a safe and super Halloween this year?
Well, this video was goofy, but you raised some good... Hey, where are you going? I was answering you.
She just left on us.
God, what a cunt.